Record. Okay, I am so happy to be with Katarina Siskova, longtime friend of mine, and I'm Ralph Havens, and we're going to talk about something I am super excited about. And we're calling it no brain, no, or I'm calling it no brain, no thoughts. How to know and see cool changes in life. And I'm going to just start with Kate and just ask you first. Thank you for being on and for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me and having me here.
Yes, I know you have a full-time thing that you do that's big, and you're taking the time. I'm really happy you're here. And you had some stuff happened over the past bit of time, and you've been working really hard on a certain way of doing things to you've taken a lot of matrix energetics and done a lot of inner work and spiritual work and manifestation work, and can you just tell us a little bit about you and what happened? Because I want to go deep into this way of living and being and creating things in your life that I think is very missing from a lot of the self-help and manifest ways of being and healing. So, Kate, thank you for being here. And yeah, let us know a little bit about you and what's going on.
Okay, so what's going on? The thing is that, yeah, I'm your client since several years now, and I think I found you online because you were a matrix energetics practitioner. So I started to join your Sunday sessions and your Sunday group, and I was always practicing matrix energetics. Like I was, setting focus and intentions and doing all the stuff. I went also to Richard Bartlett's seminar, and but there was still something missing. I was like, I was also doing matrix for others, and there was some success and then not success. But the thing was that my life was still like full of emotion. It was still not like calm enough for me, and it was a little bit exhausting for me, and I didn't feel well where I was actually. And so there were many like therapies, many techniques, whatever going on, and lately, I actually started like this autumn to focus on my emotions, like to watch my emotions, and I realized that I am watching them from a certain space, which is that very calm, let's say, God space, and watching my emotions like literally all days long, and realizing that those emotions are actually not me was moving me from that focus into that focus of the real home, the real like spirit. And one day I actually switched like fully to this space or place, which is very calm and which is like um, without thoughts, which is manifesting whatever you want to, and you even do not have to know what's needed for you, and everything is like just like a river. Everything comes to your experience, and there is no wanting. There is a lot of creative energy, but things which are coming to me are actually things like I only feel that I will get something and I will get it. But there is no wanting anymore and no like pushing from inside that I want this, or, I feel bad because I don't have this. There is just it's a very calm space. And yeah, so it's there are emotions still. Also, there are bad emotions. Let's say bad. Emotions are not like any of them are bad. Even talking about depression, whatever kind of fears, I am just able to watch them, just to watch them, and I know that they are not me. And the more I'm doing this, the less of them I have, and so my life has completely changed because I'm very calm, and as we just discussed before this recording, everything just all the problems, let's say, are solving by themselves, like literally all the problems, whatever problems, not only small stuff, but also the big stuff that we thought that it's actually big, but it's actually not, because reality is not reality. It's so fluid, like it's just when you know it's not true, it's just not true, and the situation completely transforms like in a second. And so this is what I'm just experiencing now, and yeah, so this is where I'm at actually.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love to hear your experience when you were before this thing happened or whatever this shift happened for you. What was your desire? Like, what did you want? Why did you work so hard at this? Like watching your emotions and just sitting in this space, even though
Yeah.
things not going very well at some times, you know?
Um, like in the very beginning, like years ago, let's say, I wanted stuff, like the good life, everything, like great work, money, whatever, relationships, like the basic stuff that everybody wants. But I came to a place where I was like exhausted from wanting this all. Like never was anything was never enough for me. And I came to a place where I was exhausted because it was pushing me from inside all the time. I never felt like calm. I never felt calm. There was still a kind of feeling of pushing me, pushing me, pushing me all day long. I was so like desperate, let's say, in the end. I was thinking like, you know what, I do not want that stuff. I just don't want to feel the inner like pushing to something, to have it, to want it. Let's just like, I just want to get rid of this. I don't want the stuff anymore. It was like kind of a really desperate, let's say, situation. Like I was exhausted from all those emotion and from my ego telling me all the time, you don't have this, you don't have this, you are not there, it's not good enough. It's still this inner voice actually telling you something where you should actually be. And the results are not good. Like the inner voice still talking to you.
And so you were going, so you had this desire, we and I have been in the matrix energetics world and
Yeah.
manifesting things out of magic and
Yeah.
energy. And my experience as well has been with that, that it's like a lot of instant things happen, miracles of all sorts, and yet a lot of stuff doesn't come to be. And it's like there's a problem still, it seems. And so you had your version of wanting something, and then decided, felt like, oh, shift, this inner thing is really the key, because it was just so getting desperate. I want to check in later about that desperate part. I think that might be a key to stuff. Um, as you did this process of watching your emotions and just
Mhm.
watching, what were some of the problems you hit along the way of doing this thing? Like it didn't just, you didn't just have this shift happen a week
No,
later. You had to go through a
no.
lot of this for a long time.
No, definitely not. It was a curse. It started with a curse that somebody was doing, and we had like 24, like no, five days a week support. It was for 3 weeks, and we were a group of I guess eight people, and we could all day long actually do like a voice recording and tell our situations, what's going on, and we were sort of supporting, like there was somebody who was leading the course, and and this person was supporting us, and but actually our focus was just to watch the emotions, and
Just watch
not
the emotion.
like, but all the, like what's the most important thing is to watch the emotion. When you watch it, to know that it's not you, to watch it like in a movie, because when you are in a like when you are watching a movie, you can experience, and you do usually experience a lot of emotions, but it's not you who is like having the emotion. It's you are not the emotion. Like there is, let's say, there is some sadness in the movie, but it's not you who is actually sad. And so the first thing is to focus on that you are not the emotion. Yeah. So, and like this was all day long, and actually you have, like, since I was waking up, whatever was in my head, it was still this voice telling me something, even when you are like you do not experience directly some big emotions like sadness or fear or whatever. It's there is still some talking in your head. So all days long, I was actually reminding myself, this is not true. This is not me. This is not true. Actually, the sentence, this is not true, was very, very powerful for me. I don't know if it's just for me or for others, but for me, this like was very, very powerful. And after some days, I could see some results, because doing this, it makes you to focus on the inner space where you really are, where the life really is actually. Because emotions, it's just a movie theater, it's not your life. So I think that the technique is actually about like the reason why we are doing it all days long is to experience as many times as possible during the day that you are not the emotion, and it shifts you into that, inner space. And so like the 3 first weeks were just the beginning, really. Like, but after the course ended, I was like doing the work, and it took me like more than 2 months, I would say. And I have to say, it was like here and then I was experiencing some periods of time where I was for a little bit longer in that space. But literally, I can remember like it was the 8th week or whatever, I was telling myself, well, there is no change. Why am I doing it? Like
Yeah.
literally, there was like I was there were, because when you start to watch the emotions, like there will be a lot of emotions, like a lot of them, because your brain is going to offer you plenty and plenty and plenty of emotions you want to watch. Like here you are, watch. So it was in the beginning, it was really chaos, and sometimes, when also you are, for example, at work, dealing with others, but you will find your way when you are really doing this, like when you really decide to do this,
Yeah.
that that you will, like, after a while, after several days, you will be able, even during talking to others, still be in that inner place and just listen to the debate that you have, and to to see the emotions and everything. So it's quite interesting. And of course, it was also hard, because let's say that we are, to a certain point, dependent on our emotions. So when there is a situation we just want to have that inner talk. We are so addicted to
Addicted.
it,
Yeah.
that you sometimes, when you are angry, you want to state your, like, even if just in your head, you want to have that conversation. And
Yeah.
so these were the most important times when I was really decided that I will not have the talk anymore, because for me it's more important to do that jump, to really try it and to do my best. So, and there are too many of these situations, especially in the beginning, and especially the really, like, the stuff which it's the big issue for you,
It
and where
hurts.
you
Yeah.
really, really have like issues. Like small emotions, don't care, but these big emotions, you really want to tell your truth or whatever, and that mind is going to take you with it. And another thing is, like, let's not talk about bad emotions, like fear, anger, sadness, but there are also good emotions, like excitement, whatever. And however, those are still emotions, and your, like, emotions, and you are also in a way addicted to them, because your ego, your thoughts are going to tell you, well, we want to have more of this, let's do everything so that we have like more of this, and let's stay in this feeling for longer and longer and longer, and you feel so good, like when experiencing, I don't know, excitement or happiness or whatever, but it's not this calm, safe place happiness. It's like over, you know,
It's like you're
it's too.
watching another good movie.
And yes, and actually, I have to say that after I shift to this very calm, happy place, I don't consider emotions which I previously considered as good emotions as comfortable for me. I don't like them actually. They are like, it's too much of excitement because those are still emotions. Like, I love the calm, happy space feeling, or like the God's feeling, the God space. But when there is like this, I don't know how to say, the happiness for me, like too much, like this, it's artificial, like emotion. It's not feeling good. I came to this picture where I think I had it like during one session with you, this Sunday session, and there, like, I'm experiencing the place where I am at, like nature, like woods, like a beach, everything nature, beautiful, like perfect. And then you put there a plastic chair, and that's emotion for me. Like, it doesn't belong there. It's artificial.
Oh.
It doesn't feel good. It does not fit into the picture. You know, it's just yeah. So yeah, that's for me.
And so this is awesome. So what happened? There was a point in time when you said you were sitting more and more in this space of inner calmness and watching the good emotions, watching the bad emotions, and realizing it wasn't you, and you were sitting more and more in this the seat of consciousness or whatever this is, this space. What is that like? That to live like that or to be in that space? What is that?
Well, it's very calm. Like, a lot of emotions that I had, or situations, like, I don't know, sometimes I was afraid of something, um different kind of stuff. We all have some, like, I believe that all people have some stuff they are afraid of, like, I don't know, money, sometimes relationships, work, whatever, and or whatever could happen in future. I don't think about future. I live here and now all the time, and so there is, like, really, there is no emotion like fear. There is no fear because I know that nothing is true. Like, you know, when there is a situation, I just watch the situation. I watch which emotions are coming with that situation and feelings on my body. I just watch them. I know that they are not true. It's not true. It's just
It's not
it's
like
not
you're trying to think
it.
affirmation thought of like, this isn't true,
No,
this isn't true. You just
I
know.
just, I know it because I am so skilled now in this that in a second, I move to that God space. When I catch myself that there is a situation, there are emotions, like, in a second, I'm able to know that, like, to really perceive that I'm in that God space, and I just watch it.
Just
And also, my that I'm breathing is helping me a lot, because I once realized, actually, like, that the energy is actually my breath. Like, you know, what is breathing my body?
what is
It's
breathing your body?
what is
Oh,
breathing my body? What's the breath? Why am I alive? It's that life. It's that life energy. So because sometimes for example, I had situations where I was like, oh, I cannot get to the state. There was, like, very strong emotion, and I was like, why am I now in this strong emotion? Why can I not, like, move away from it? And I was like, I am in this emotion, and then I realized, no, I'm breathing, so it's still here. It's like it
you're
it
still
can never
here.
go
What is
away.
it like? What is it like? What's the experience of having that knowingness and being there and noticing from there? What is that experience like?
Well, it's to me, it's like, it's beautiful because I don't feel the inner like pushing to anything. I know that life is lived by itself. I don't need to do anything. And there is no situation or nothing around can influence my life. Like literally in a bad way. I know that everything what is coming to me, it's just perfect. And I cannot see any situation as bad because I know that there is like, if like it's nothing bad for me, and no bad stuff is actually happening since I started to do this.
Let me
It's
ask you,
it,
this is so awesome. This is, and so then what would you tell people that are that want something or that are desperate about something? You know, there's could be like
yeah,
some health challenge, their child's health challenge, or it could be
I
they just
know
moving
it will.
situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about that?
uh I will, like before I was here, I wanted something all the time, like health stuff, whatever kind of situations. As I said, like I was still like doing matrix sessions, and sometimes it did work, sometimes it did not work at all, and sometimes, you know, whatever. And after shifting here, there is no wanting. I don't know now what is to want something, because wanting here in this like space, there is no lack of anything. Like there is, so it cannot be wanting, because wanting comes from not having something. But here I know that I have something. And what's the biggest difference in my case is I'm so patient. Like I before, when I wanted something, I wanted to have it in a minute and or in a day. And if it wasn't here, I was so impatient. I hated it. I was full of emotions, and I cannot believe how big difference this is. And I hated actually to be impatient, but I could not like get rid of it. And this is so great. For example, now I am like, this would be actually nice to know, but it's not coming from wanting. It's just something that just magnetized you, and you do not experience it as wanting to know something. And I just ask the question, put it there somewhere, and I wait patiently for the answer. Sometimes it takes like 2 days before I can see the answer somewhere, and it will come to me. And before, I was totally not able to do this. So, like the calm feeling in my life, it's something like I thought I could not experience it, never. Like in my case, I thought that I am an Aries and I'm impatient and I am like, very like powerful, and I'm not that kind of person. So I could not believe the difference actually, how I can feel now. And I could not even like imagine this kind of feelings like before.
Wow. What made you keep working so hard at being the watcher and doing this thing when the external world was still showing you so much emotion and
Yeah,
problem? What made you work so
because
hard at this?
yeah, because I was literally like I was exhausted. I was also physically exhausted of all the emotions, all the stuff I went through. I was trying all the therapies done by me, by others. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It does not work that much. And I really, I just wanted to feel like calm and like this inner happiness feeling, not pushing from inside. And there is also a big difference after I did this jump, let's say. uh all the people around me want to be with me all the
That's
time,
what I was,
like, yeah.
before the session today. That's what
Everybody.
I went out and looked at the forest and hang out and like, okay, how's it going to go with Katarina, with Kate and me and I got this thought. I even wrote it down that people feel really, really,
Yeah,
really good around
yes,
you and they
exactly.
want to be around you. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I was getting before the session.
Yeah, exactly. This is what is happening around me, like all the time. So it's quite interesting, very interesting situations going on here. And but I really like it, and I was like, yeah, I like it actually. Yeah.
This is awesome. So what about like, I can just hear people talking about you've called it the goodies of life. Like people want stuff, they
I
want a
know.
better life. They see other people driving here and flying there and living like this, and people want stuff. You think money, you think different
Yeah.
things. What do you say to that kind of stuff?
It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain because I was in the same like place, really. And I was like, how can you not want stuff? Like, don't tell me that even when you do that jump, you will not want anything. And it's the truth. You will not want anything because there is it's so, as I said, it's so calm. There is no lack of anything. And the difference here is that of course I still have some preferences. It's not that, let's say, if you like chocolate, it's not that you will not want chocolate or love to experience eating chocolate when you are there. And you
Yeah.
will still, let's say, pick chocolate, when you have a choice to pick a chocolate, apple, whatever, you will still take chocolate because you like it, but you do not experience that wanting. And what I do experience here, it's more, I get the information, or I feel that I will now have chocolate. So
Oh,
I don't feel it like I want it. I only get the information, you will get it. So I am like, there is no wanting, there is no gap. You already have the information that you want it. So let's say if you want a car, or you feel
yeah.
magnetized to have a car, you don't, there in that energy, like in that space, it's not like you want the car. You will know that you will get a car is on the way, and you totally know it. I don't know how it works, but you totally
Okay.
know it then. So so whatever it's big stuff, little stuff, it's just coming to you.
This is awesome. Like, I have someone in our group that is a day trader that's sending me his messages, and he's like having an experience like that. His stuff is working now, and he attributes it to this thing. And some of his when he talks he's touching the same space. I don't know if he's
Mhm.
in that space 100% of the time, but he's touching the same space, it seems, and he's having experiences like that. Do you, when you, so in your process, it's possibly different for everybody, I don't know, but in your process, did you hang out in that space for periods of time and then it went away, or did you like it just jumped and then
Yeah,
now what
yes.
happened?
In the beginning, it was like, let's say, first 2, 3 weeks, it was just I was there for a very, very short periods of time.
What time?
And then sometimes it was longer. And then what, for example, happened is I woke up in the morning and I already knew I am just watching everything. So it was a big like step. And first, it was like I realized that I am just watching when I was first brushing my teeth. So it was like the fourth week or whatever. So it took like it's the first thing I'm doing in the morning. So it's like 5 minutes after I woke up. And then the next week, for example, it was like the moment I opened my eyes, I knew I'm just watching and I was there. So I was waking up with knowing like who I am, and
When
then
you did it, did
I
it go away at that point, or were you scared of it
Yes,
going
it's
away?
still it's still sometimes during the day when a situation happened, or I heard or read something, I just got involved into that plot, and
Got
I
involved.
forgot
Oh,
yeah.
got involved in the plot.
And so it was here and there and there and still coming back. And so it was very like continuously happening. And then, as I said, one day I remember that like 2 days before this happened, I was thinking it does not work. Like, yeah, those are little steps, but it's not that good. It does not work. I don't know. And I was, whatever, you are going to do this anyway, whatever. So like,
Whatever, you're gonna do it anyway.
yeah,
You're gonna keep doing it.
you just tried. And then I just know I woke up one day in that space like fully. And even though since then I am experiencing emotions, and I can never go back. Just it's impossible.
Impossible. That's so cool. So what would you, any advice or guidance or people that are dealing with stuff that whether it's physical healing things or money healing things or love, relationship stuff, any advice you would give somebody, or is there advice to give somebody, or what would
Yeah,
you
the
say?
advice actually the advice is just to do it and to practice it. And I know it's very exhausting, and I know it's exhausting because like I had severe pains in my body, like severe pains. So I know what is it like also when you are feeling pain, because that's the most like the question that I get the most. Like, yeah, okay, you feel fear, you feel whatever, it's okay, you can watch it. But you don't know how it is when you experience like really, really painful, like, and I know it. I know like literally my emotions, they are really going through my body. And I even had like numb, like the half of my body was really numb, for example. And it was really, really painful. And for hours and hours could hardly move, like literally all my emotions, or many of them, like fear, were like, yeah, linked to these emotions, and this pain. And but I was just watching it. I was just watching it, knowing that it's not me, it's not true. I was literally doing it for hours, even at work, whatever. Like I was focusing on it, that it's not true, it's not me. It's like a sticker which is like put on you, and it's not me. And I was the other thing what I maybe forgot to tell, which is quite important. um, I was not trying like to change it or solve it, just to see what it does. And when I was watching the emotions, like the first step was, let's say, I don't know, maybe anger, some pain somewhere on the body. And the more I was watching it, the more it was moving, and it was like transforming to another emotion and to another pain and moving somewhere. And I was still just watching it. And during like watching the emotions, I was still asking myself the question, because this is very, very tricky. Since we are all, many people started with like different courses when they teach you, where they teach you to work on your emotions, to
Yeah,
accept them, to dissolve them, to, try to do something with them, to get rid of them. But actually, I was not trying to get rid of them. And I was still asking myself the question when watching the emotions, do you really like, do you want to change them? Just to confirm with me myself that I do not want to change them, because sometimes I caught myself that I wanted to change them. Of course, when you like when there is a pain for 4 or 5 hours, and it's emotionally exhausting, it's physically exhausting. Of course, there is a part of you which wants to get rid of it.
yeah,
But I will still, no, I'm accepting it. It's here. It's like, I'm accepting that the emotion is here. I can see you. It's here. It's like, but you are not me. So, and I was just watching it from that space where I am. So this was it. And I was just, yeah, there was the decision. And I had to take
decision.
the decision. I had to take it many, many, many times, because I know that it's like, it's not easy. It's not easy when you are in situations when there were days when, of course, your mind is trying the best to get you back, to get you
Yeah,
involved in the
yeah,
plot again, like, come on, play with me. And there is one situation, then second very bad situation, third, fourth, and you still have to be, persistent and decided that no, you are going to just to watch it. So yeah, it's exhausting. It's not, let's say, it's not a very comfortable process, but it's worth it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, this is great. I know this will help a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are suffering in a lot of
Yeah.
tough ways, even especially now these days in all sorts of ways. So I put a link down there if they in Facebook. We'll put it in Spotify and everywhere else, and reach out to me. I'll check in with Kate and see if you know I don't know if we'll just kind of, I'll check in with Kate. You know, if you want more from Kate, let me know. And I didn't ask her ahead of time, so I won't put her on the spot. But we'll there's ways to reach me. So let me know. Let me know what's been useful for you today, if it's been useful, and if it's useful and you'd like to share it, that would be great. Because I think it's very much needed these days more than ever. So thank you, Kate. Man, oh man.
Thank you,
Is there,
Ralph.
and we'll do more of this. I said before we went on screen, like it'd be so cool to do a few of these here and there along the way, and because everybody's on this journey, and we have our groups doing this inner work, and I'm doing this inner work, and it's nice to hear. Beyond nice to hear, it's really good to hear your story, because it's like there's a lot of like, is this going to work? I want this. It's like, and so it's just cool to hear what happened,
Yeah.
and you helped a lot of people today. So thank you.
Oh, maybe, I hope.
Yeah, I know you have. You've helped me. So anything, and like I said, you know, we both were I got totally before the session even started that people feel really, really, really good around you and around this. It's like it changes people to feel stuff. It's like a movie can change you, you know?
Yeah.
So any we'll get on more with you know, talking together again. But anything else you want to say in closing, or anything else? It feels really complete right now, but anything else you see?
Yeah, I think so. Well, there is like nothing special I want to say about this. Maybe try it. Maybe try it, and maybe if you only do it for several days, there is still some jump. You know, there is still you
Yeah,
will still experience that space, and you will maybe feel good there, and maybe it will be interesting. You know, to try to find out what's behind, what's in
test
it
it. Yeah,
when
let's
you really dive in. And so yeah, maybe just
test it.
try.
Yeah. I found that to be true. Like I even a lot of my clients with physical conditions, I have them do this, what's happening in there
Mhm.
first, and
Yeah.
notice it. And because so many times it clears severe physical stuff. And so it's nice for people to see that, oh my goodness, I've got the power to I can do this. It's like I did put a link in there, and if you want to join me and Kate next month, for actually, we in February yet? No, tomorrow starts February.
Yeah.
But yeah, our February session. So you can even join for free the first month. So if you want to hang out with us, let us know, and comment below, share it, and thank you, Kate. I'll click off
Thank you,
on all
Ralph.
these things. Yeah, so good. And then I'll